Africa, a land rich in faith, now faces a new breed of predators. They call themselves prophets, messengers of God, but their miracles often just illusions designed to line their own pockets. These miracle prophets preach a gospel of prosperity, promising wealth and health to desperate followers. They hold mass gatherings, their faces plastered on billboards across the continent. Their message is seductive. God wants you to be rich. But behind the dazzling lights and fervent prayers lies a darker truth. These prophets are exploiting the faith of millions for their own personal gain. Enoch Adeboye, a name that resonates with millions. To his followers, he's not just a preacher, he's a man of God, a conduit to miracles, a beacon of hope in a world filled with uncertainty. He leads the Redeemed Christian Church of God, a sprawling religious empire stretching across the globe with branches in nearly every continent. Adeboye's sermons are legendary, filled with tales of divine encounters and miraculous interventions. His words captivate, inspire, and often bring tears to the eyes of his listeners. He promises healing, financial breakthroughs, even control over the forces of nature. For many, these promises are not just words but lifelines. People flock to his crusades, desperate for a touch from the divine, hoping to witness or experience a miracle firsthand. But not everyone is convinced that this man is God's servant. Many believe the so-called divine powers are just an illusion. Critics question his powers, especially after the prophet went into hiding after the COVID pandemic. They point to inconsistencies in his sermons, the lack of evidence for his miracles, and the commercial nature of his ministry. The question everyone is asking is Adeboye a true man of God, or an evil businessman leveraging faith for profit at the expense of poor churchgoers? He claims he stopped winter in Colorado, United States of America. He also claims he drank tea with God and also raised the dead using a handkerchief. All of which lacks evidence or record.
Now they are showing you on the screen
The tactics used by these miracle prophets are as old as
a
religion
couple of
itself,
people who had
dating back to ancient times when rituals
been
and
raised
ceremonies were
from
used to captivate
their
and control
wheelchair.
the masses.
One funeral.
Stage-managed healings, where actors pretend to be crippled and then miraculously walk, are a common spectacle. These orchestrated and planned miracle crusades are designed to inspire and convince the audience of the prophet's divine power. These prophets pay actors to give false testimonies and act as sick or crippled. Actors sit on wheelchairs and get healed. Prophets prey on the vulnerable, those desperate for a miracle to change their lives. These individuals are often in dire straits and are easy targets for promises of divine intervention. They teach that wealth is a sign of God's favor and poverty a sign of sin. This doctrine conveniently justifies their own opulent lifestyles while condemning the less fortunate. Donations, of course, are heavily encouraged. Followers are urged to give generously, often beyond their means, with the promise that their contributions will be rewarded by divine blessings. These seed offerings are promised to unlock God's blessings, creating a cycle of giving that benefits the prophets more than the givers. But too often, the only ones reaping the rewards are the prophets themselves. Their lavish lifestyles stand in stark contrast to the humble lives of their followers. These false prophets pollute the true message of faith, twisting it into a tool for personal enrichment. Their actions lead to disillusionment and a loss of trust among the faithful, who feel betrayed by those they once trusted. Empty pockets, emptier promises, the result of high cost of faith. The consequences of this spiritual exploitation are devastating. People already struggling with poverty give away their hard-earned money, hoping for a miracle that never comes. They are trapped in a cycle of hope and despair, always chasing the next promise, the next breakthrough. Their faith, pure and sincere, is twisted into a weapon against them. Education, healthcare, basic necessities all take a back seat to the pursuit of these false miracles. The real miracle, it seems, is how these prophets sleep at night. Reclaiming true faith, a call for discernment. Faith, in its purest form, is a powerful force for good. It unites us, gives us strength, and guides us through life's most challenging moments. It provides hope, comfort, and community.
You and that old man who is dying now without the hope of a coffin for his burial, but he has been paying tithe from a young boy, nothing has worked for him. Why will God select to bless you and leave him alone? Is God responsible for class in society? Then if God is responsible for the poor and rich, he must be a wicked God.
Somebody now said, if you don't pay tithe, you are not going to heaven. That is not. A pastor said recently, he said that if you see anybody that is prosperous without tithes, he will drop the Bible. We wish he dropped the Bible because we have millions. Go and Google for it. Qatar is one of the blessed countries in the world, and it's a Muslim country. They don't pay tithes, and they are well blessed. If tithe is the reason why we are going to be blessed, nobody should be poor in Nigeria because they have been paying tithe when I was inside my father's and mother's home. Yes. How many of you relate with those aged mothers? They will tie it to their wrapper and bring it to church. What is their prosperity? So people now think that salvation is synonymous to money. If you touch your heart, do for God. And not everything is for money. If you don't have money and you are coming to church, please be excited, be happy. Don't say, I don't have money. Go out there now. You will see a lot of people don't go to church and say, I don't have money. Most of people say, we didn't see you in church. When you get there, they now lie. They say, we are sick. Most of them don't have offering. They are always ashamed not to drop. Majorly if a church. You know, there are some churches you have to dance out. And as they are dancing out, they are recording whether you will drop inside basket or not. You will feel frustrated. Church is not primarily to collect money. Let me tell you, the first auditorium that we can call Christian gathering was built after over 200 years that the apostle, I believe, has started preaching. Over 200 years after. But now we put burdens on people. That's why some people will never go to church that is not well completed because they know there will be too much money in the church that is under construction. Today cement, today tiles, today wood, today pan. So that is not the reason why we gather. And let me tell you, people that are rich in the church, they now see it as if they are above somebody who is not rich. My dear, people don't have money, be excited. It's the same God, both the poor and the rich. Salvation is what go around. Money doesn't go around. God bless you.